ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another live stream Tuesday, and I hope you had a good Monday, if that's at all possible, and a good weekend as well. So, let me skip that immediate advert that tried to pop in there. Hello to you guys in the live chat room. Who is in there tonight? We have Joe, Ro, Bella, Tammy, Barbara Joe, Pink Thistle, Suzanne, Pamela, Melody Rocks, Johnny Malteser, Angela's in there as well, Billy Bob, Angela, Joe, Lisa, Frank, Laugh Out Loud, Can, and has gone through the top of the screen. So, thank you guys for joining me on this Tuesday night. A Tuesday night that is very warm indeed. Here in the UK, we've been having ridiculous temperatures in the mid-30s, which is, that's Celsius, so I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit. It's like the 90s or something. It's very warm indeed, and I think we've been through this before, where maybe 40 degrees Celsius is 100 degrees Fahrenheit, something around that kind of area. But anyway, very hot indeed. So tonight, I have the Apollo 13 air conditioner set to 11 to try and keep it cool while I'm doing this live stream. So yeah, things just haven't really been cooling down at night either. So just crazy warm at the moment. And I did say, I mean, I maybe tempted fate a few weeks ago saying that we have what's being called a mini heat wave, and it was only about 25 degrees, and I said for most places that isn't really a heat wave. But now things are getting hot, especially out in the sun with the white skin that most people have here in England, such as myself. If I'm outside for any length of time, I'm just going to burn ridiculously quickly. So, thankfully, the air conditioning unit is working at the moment. If it wasn't, then, yeah, it would be an absolute nightmare. My hair would probably be double the size. That's just what tends to happen with the humidity. And I think it is the humidity that makes the difference, where you go outside and it's just really close and it's just really hot. Just, yeah, we're not used to it here in the UK. But anyway, pushing forward with tonight's live stream, let me get the names of my patrons on screen, because they make this all possible in the first place. And that's the first time I've said, let's get on with the stream and get the names of my patrons on screen, and it rhymed, and it kind of put me off, because I thought that could be another saying that I have at the beginning of the live streams, along with spike the likes and all that kind of stuff. But anyway, yeah, the names of my patrons go across the bottom of the screen throughout the live stream on a Tuesday night and a Saturday night. As regular viewers will know, they are the foundation of everything that I do. So yes, thank you all you guys, you know who you are, for all of your support, making this live stream possible, all the videos that I do on the channel possible as well. And I can see Karen says that's about 95 degrees Fahrenheit. It's hot, hot, hot. Yeah, thank you for that clarification. I knew it was hot because I felt it. So I know it's not quite desert temperatures, but yeah, it's certainly hot enough. Right, let's now get the likes goal up on screen, see what we are aiming at tonight. We have 415 likes in our sights. So, likes in our sights. What is it with tonight? I've already done two things that rhyme, and they're not things that I've ever said before. So, yeah, 415 is the amount of likes I'm going to start putting myself off if I start rhyming things accidentally. So, 415 is what we're aiming for tonight. If you can hit that thumbs up as you come through the door, it would be very much appreciated. And if we do hit the target of 415, then we'll bust out the guitar, have a jam, and it's Phil Jam number 246. Just think about that for a second. 246 jams we've had in the live streams. So yeah, if you put those back to back, it'll go on for a while. But speaking of backing tracks going on for a while, tonight the backing track is 7 minutes and 7 seconds. So we're going to leave time for that at the end. Have to be organised for tonight's live stream if we do hit that target. And let's have a look at where we are. We have passed the 200 likes threshold if you want to call it that. We are now at 203. So thank you for all of the early likes. It means that we are getting closer to the target, 415, and that means we're looking for 210 more people. Thankfully, it was just on a number that is easy to work out. So there you go. That's the maths done for tonight. Right. Let's get the donations tab up on screen because I can see there already have been some donations. But I say throughout these live streams and just all the time to people that ask about analysis videos and how much they have to pay and all that kind of stuff, you don't have to pay. You don't have to donate. Just watching is great. So for those people that can't resist donating, I think it's important that they know between 45 and 60% goes to YouTube through the Super Chat window, and between 3 and 5% goes to PayPal through the PayPal link, which you can find in the description below. But yeah, just watching, maybe hitting the thumbs up, that would be great as well, because then we can bust out the guitar with as many thumbs up as possible, and it also just helps the live streams to get out there a little bit more and for the channel to grow on the whole. Now, talking about that, Paul donated $5. Thank you for that, Paul. And Paul said, here we grow again. 490,000 subscribers. Most excellent. Spike the likes. All y'all rock. So thank you for that. And let's get this up on screen, because I did change it to 490,000 subscribers, which, yeah, is an amazing number. And we'll keep on pushing forward. It seems like maybe for some reason the numbers are going up a little bit when compared with the whole, subscribing and then YouTube unsubscribing people and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, if you want to get notified for all of the videos, head over to patreon.com/Wings of Pegasus. But we are at 490,000 subscribers now, which is great. So, only another 10,000. 10,000 is a ridiculous amount, but only another 10,000 to go until we hit 500,000. So, thank you guys for subscribing and for interacting with the channel, leaving comments, all that kind of stuff. Right, Valhalla has donated £10 as well, so thank you for that. And it's a straight up donation, so there's no message. But thank you for that. Elaine has donated $5 underneath that, so thank you for that. I don't know why my screen's going a little bit funny, but Elaine donated $5 after Valhalla, and there wasn't a message there. The message under Elaine's donation says, the movie Apollo 13 was released 30 years ago yesterday. Good timing. So thank you for that. And Malteser, who now has a profile picture of actual Maltesers, has donated $19.99. So thank you for that. And the message is, good evening, Phil. Kudos to your new hairstylist. She did a good job. Kudos also to the person who styled it before the live stream. So thank you for that. And yeah, my hair is going through a transitional period at the moment, because my hairdresser said that the way it had been cut before, some of it was too short and had to be left. So we are getting close to then the updated haircut whenever that's going to happen. I think it might be, where are we, the 1st of July. I think it's around maybe the 18th of July or something like that I'll be going off to have my hair cut again. But it was just growing out particular layers that were too short, so maybe it's starting to look more even. But what I will say is, maybe a couple of weeks ago, for some reason, and there's no rhyme or reason to why this happens, but my hair looked very much Spinal Tap, and I don't know why it looked like that, it just did. So I think this is just what happens, that you wash your hair, you dry your hair, and whatever it is, it is. So yeah, I had a definite Nigel Tufnell look about it, and I can't remember which video it was, but it might have been a few videos where if you took a picture of my hair and then put it next to Nigel's, it's pretty much identical. I do believe for the movie, though, they wore wigs. Oh, and somebody commented in the comment section and said about Oh, they said Spinal Tap want their hairstyle back. And then I said that I modelled for the wigs that they used in Spinal Tap. Obviously I didn't, but it was so close that that could have been the case. And I do believe that they wore wigs in the movie. They didn't go all method and grow out their hair. I mean, maybe one of them did, but I think the other ones, yeah, look like wigs for my money. But anyway, let's move on with tonight's live stream without talking about hair. That's already gone. And we will jump into the PayPal window because we had some donations in there. Just want to make sure that I don't miss any out. It is Bryony who donated £5, so thank you for that. And the message is, wow, 490,000 subscribers. Go Phil. So thank you for that. And Diana has donated £20 as well, so thank you for that, Diana. And that is a straight up donation, so no message with that. Tammy's donated £10, so thank you for that, Tammy. And the message is, hi Phil, congratulations on hitting 490,000 subscribers. That is astounding. You only have 10,000 more to go to hit 500,000. Keep on bringing them in. We are cheering you on, love and rock. So thank you for that. And yes, just the tiny matter of 10,000 people to go. I have said before that when I was on YouTube, maybe 12 years ago, maybe 14 years ago, a very long time ago. But back then I had 1,500 subscribers, and that was just built up from gigging and talking to people and people seeing me performing live. And I just stayed on that for years, and nothing really ever happened. And I was just pushing forward, doing all I could in order to get my music out there. And then, yeah, about 10 years ago, things started to take off. And I think it was very much off the back of my teaching that I was doing as my day job. I then started pointing out things about performances on YouTube, and then a lot more people started watching them than the 20 people that requested them. So yeah, that was good, and things have just moved on from then. But I know that 10,000 is a hell of a lot of people, and all you've got to do is imagine them in a stadium, and you think, there's quite a lot of people that have now got to join up and get on board. But regardless of where we end up, I'll just keep on doing what I do. So thank you for the donations, of course. Another one has just popped in over on PayPal. Connie has donated £20, so thank you for that. And this has a message. It says, peace, love, and rock, Connie. So thank you for that, Connie. And Karen has donated £5 and 48 pence. So thank you for that, Karen. And the message is, hi Phil, congratulations on hitting 490,000 subscribers, 10,000 more until the big 500,000, just for fun. From which would you choose, pizza and cake or tacos and pie, and why? Now you got me rhyming, and this covers tonight's food talk. Thanks for bringing us your positivity and for all you do. Cheers, Karen. So thank you for that. And pizza and cake, that's easy for me, because tacos or tacos probably, I always, because they're not a normal food to me, I just forget how it's pronounced. But and pie, I guess that's like a pie pudding of some sort, and not, because I think when we say pie here in the UK, we think more of like a steak pie or something that you'd have as your main meal rather than your pudding or dessert. So yeah, easy, pizza and cake for me. So thank you for that. Right, at the top of the live chat room we have tonight's cover video choice, and it's between All Right Now and Is This Love. I think we had Is This Love relatively recently, because I remember saying about the smoke machine, and then from one camera angle it looked really smoky, and then the other camera angle was just rubbish and looked like I didn't have any smoke in the room at all, but I had loads in there. So yeah, All Right Now is in the lead with 60% of the vote, so that's quite a commanding lead already in tonight's live stream. And Malteser says, has donated $9.99. Thank you for that. And Malteser says, is your arm injury completely healed? 100% no pain. So thank you for that. And the simple answer to that is no. My arm is not healed yet. So I still have rehab to get through. And it's up and down. And this is the thing with tendons and ligaments, is doing enough rehab in order to make it heal, but then not doing too much to then aggravate it. So yeah, it's a difficult balancing act. And the problem that I have is that sometimes something will happen where you do a movement and you're not really thinking about it, and then afterwards you feel like, oh no, that's a movement that I shouldn't have done. Here's the problem: is when you're doing rehab, it's very, very much specific movements, and you're gradually increasing the amount of reps that you can do with that particular movement and the amount of weight that you can do. So what happens is you build that up and you build that up, and you can do it for 4 weeks or 5 weeks that I was doing of the rehab, and you're improving each time. So it means that I'm adding maybe 2 reps to however many I'm doing, and it's all fine, it's all great. And then you will do something like reach out to catch something, and you won't realize, or maybe there's a fly and you go to clap your hands quickly to try and catch it, or squash it, and that movement goes beyond the threshold of the intensity that you've built up in your ligament or tendon. So of course that aggravates it again, which means then you can't do the exercises with the tendon being aggravated. You've got to wait for it to calm down again, and then build back up to where you were, and then try and remember to not do anything instinctively. But that's the problem, that these kinds of things, they happen all the time. When you do a quick movement that's subconscious, and it's the subconscious movement that then your tendon or ligament says, oh, I wasn't ready for that intensity or that weight, or the amount of times that you did that particular movement. For example, I found that just cleaning my car and doing the windows like this and applying pressure, that would aggravate the tendon on the inside of my arm. So yeah, this is the problem. It's doing the rehab and trying not to do anything else. And another huge problem is having nephews, because my nephews like playing football and I like playing football, but now and again they'll hit a shot and it's instinctive to jump up and put your arm up. And even though I'm consciously thinking about not doing it, they might throw the ball to me to then throw to them to like volley it, and they'll throw it off to the right, and I'll lean out a little bit to catch it, and then having that weight of the ball being caught with my arm and it being outstretched, again, that's something that my arm hasn't done yet in the rehab. It hasn't built up that strength. So yeah, it's just patience is going to be the name of the game. That's what's required. And on the course that I have got, it's a 16-week course that you have to do, like rehab, and that's just the first time doing it. And they say that if you've still got problems with it, then do another 16 weeks. So yeah, it's going to be a very long process. But I mean, I did this in 2021. So yeah, when I say it's a long process, it really is. So pushing on for 4 years now. But yeah, I will get there, because I know that when I was doing it, it was improving. So it's like improves, do silly subconscious movement, and then you go back, then it improves and it improves. Then my nephew's hit a shot and it hits my arm, goes back, then improves. So I just need to do lots of improving without that particular thing happening that then sets it all back again. So yeah, we will see. But I can still play guitar, so it's all right. It's not that bad. So Malteser donated again, $9.99. Thank you for that. And the message is, sad to hear it. You don't want to be known as Phil, the lame guitarist. So yeah, but like I said, I can still play the guitar, so it's not like an injury that has affected me on my main instrument that I like to play, and the first thing that I started playing. But there are a lot of other musicians who do sustain an injury that means that it negatively impacts what they want to do. Like, I don't mind just playing guitar and forgetting about everything else. Fortunately, it doesn't affect my voice, So guitar and my voice is absolutely fine, and then the other things I'm not too worried about. I have said before about, well, I'm just thinking now, when applying pressure with my hand on the car, maybe this is why when I try to stretch out, it's the same kind of movement, stretching out and applying pressure on keys or anything like that. That has aggravated it in the past as well. But like I said, I'm a guitarist first and foremost, so I don't really mind missing out on other instruments. But I would like it to fix itself at some point, and I will get there eventually, because I know it was improving, so that there is light at the end of the tunnel. Just I need to not get any setbacks. So yeah, thank you for that, Malteser. And Malteser donated again, $9.99. Thank you for that. Messages: wear a fake arm cast the next time you see your nephews. So thank you for that. And yeah, but I guess the problem is that then I wouldn't be able to do the things that I can do, that it is strong enough to do, just, such as helping, move things around, and, if my sister needs help lifting something, then being able to do that, that's not a sudden movement. And generally anything that's a controlled movement, I can do, quite well. And I was up to, I think, 13.5 kilograms of doing a farmer's carry, I think it's called, where you're just holding the weight in your arms and you're just keeping the weight there. So it's an isometric contraction, I believe, where you're not isometric, not eccentric or concentric. So it means you're just holding the weight, and I think I did that for like 85 seconds, and I did 2 sets of that, which is quite good for the strength of the tendon and everything like that, because I know that would have been way too much before. But like I said, I build it up to a point, gets really good, and then have a bit of a setback. But that's just the nature of rehab. With that's what everyone says about ligaments and tendons. It's just, you just got to accept it. So right, yeah, thank you for that. And there's been another donation in the PayPal window, and Eve has donated £50. So thank you for that, Eve. And the message is: finally worked out glitches in PayPal, learning to appreciate live music through your live streams, from Pink Thistle. So thank you for that. And yeah, thank you for watching the channel, interacting with the videos. It certainly has been kind of interesting recently, and I have got some comments from people who don't really necessarily understand things that I've done, like the video on Sunday where I was just explaining about the Greystones video that I'd taken down, just because of the kids, being involved when they shouldn't really be involved. Where somebody said, "Oh, so you're taking down an analysis of this particular band of kids, but you're not taking down the ones on Taylor Swift." And for me, I mean, that kind of comment is nonsensical, and this is maybe a troll corner thing. I tell you what, just because people ask for troll corner and we never get into troll corner, I will get into troll corner now, just while I'm thinking of this particular comment, and it means we get to hear the troll intro. So I'll see you guys in a second. Rock! So we haven't seen Mr. Troll in quite a while, but yeah, here he is. He is back. So yeah, for me, somebody commenting, and I've had a few comments like that, where it's just totally gone over people's heads that we're dealing with 11-year-old kids. So Taylor Swift, let's just take that as an example. Taylor Swift is, first of all, an adult. So that means that she has had a lifetime of, I mean, she's already grown up. She's been through that period of being 11, 12, 13, teenager into her 20s. I don't even know how old she is now, but yeah, I know that she isn't really what you'd class as young anymore, but she's grown up and she's now mature. And with this, you gain some kind of ability to process things mentally, and you can deal with certain situations because you've been through growing up and you've learned from that process, from lots of different situations that have happened. And generally with that, you are learning from your experiences that you have been through. So she would have done that. And she knows, she is self-aware of what she's doing. So when I've pointed out in analysis videos before that where she's using auto-tune, for example, she absolutely is 100% aware that she's using auto-tune because it's part of her live setup. So that is a conscious decision that she's made, and if people have any opinion about that, she knows that she's doing that, so those opinions are entirely valid. So for the songs where she's not singing, miming, lip syncing, she absolutely knows that she's doing that because she's not actually singing, and she knows, right, in this particular song I'm not singing, I'm resting my voice. So she knows that. Now, when we go to the analysis video on the Greystones, those are 11-year-old kids who don't have any idea that, first of all, that the audio is being changed, but they are doing what they're just performing, they're singing, they're just doing what they do as 11-year-old kids do. They're not aware on any level that the sound is being changed before then being uploaded to YouTube. So they're doing the performance, they're going home, and the performance then isn't what was actually produced at the time, but they don't know that. And unfortunately, some adults, and I don't get this, they think that somehow the kids are pitch correcting themselves. I've got 11-year-old nephews. They don't know anything. Like if you said to the 11-year-old kids who are singing, how do you like to EQ your vocal? They wouldn't know what language you were speaking. If you said, well, how long does it take you to change your vocals in Melodyne? They won't know what Melodyne is or Logic Pro 10. So the kids are the innocent party. They haven't done anything. So the fact that the kids are being targeted by adults, that's something that I don't condone. And if that is happening, and I know it's happening, and I can see it's happening, then I'm going to make a decision. And that decision was to remove my video because people are learning about it from my video. And yeah, like I said, that I think the majority of people understand that what I'm doing is objective, and it's not to try and have a go at the kids that are performing. And I said, support the kids. If they are going to play close to you anyway, go and watch them and, try and encourage them as much as possible, as we should do with the younger generation, to get them into music. But if they're totally innocent and they don't know what's going on and they're getting criticised for that, I replied to somebody today and said that you're having an argument with children that don't even know what the argument is about. They don't even understand what's going on. All they're getting is the negative feedback about things that they have no idea about. So how can they respond to that? And the simple answer is they can't respond to it. So yeah, that's the problem. When kids are being targeted, sadly, that's something that's happened, and like I've said, that's the troll thing that for some reason people, I don't know why you'd go after kids, but they have done. So that's why I've removed my video, because my video really is the first point of contact to then the results of people going off and then having a go at the kids who are, like I said, are totally innocent in this. So it was, I know that some people say, oh, well, free speech. You're allowed to say this, and all you're doing is stating what is happening in a performance. So that is free speech, and that's your choice to do that, and you are entitled to do that. And any fallout from that, and I know that some people say, well, they have uploaded a video to a public domain. It's in the public domain, so it means that it is out there. And I know that somebody commented saying that on their vocal coach channel they have students where they feature the students on the channel, but comments are disabled. So it means that any comments that might be negative against a kid's voice, they're never going to know because people can't comment on it. So that is another side of things that you think, well, some people have said they should take those steps in order to avoid what has happened. But going back to the free speech point of view, yes, everyone has free speech and are entitled to their point of view. So I have free speech, but I also have choice. So if I see something going on that I don't condone and I don't agree with on an ethical level, then I can decide to do what I want, because that's my free choice to then take down the video, because what's happening is a result of that video being there in the first place. So yeah, I mean, hopefully things have now started to calm down a bit. And yeah, I mean, the analysis video is the analysis video. It is what it is. It's what I do on my channel. But over the last 10 years, the amount of videos that have had that kind of effect have been minimal. And I'm talking about having to remove a video. As you guys know, that my videos always stay up, even the ones on Taylor Swift, which I know that they wish they could take down, but they know that it's objective data and it's it's cross-referenceable, and people have cross-referenced my results and shown that they all match up from these different nights on different tours. But anyway, in that particular case, when I'm looking at adults, they know what's going on. And even, like, let's say for example, right, somebody who is signed to a record label has been performing live, and then their voice is pitch corrected, and they're not aware of the pitch correction, which I understand can happen, and they might not be aware of it. You can then say, but those adults have the ability to now understand the argument. So when they're being accused of something, unlike a child who doesn't understand Melodyne, doesn't understand what's going on that level, an adult can understand, because an adult can say, oh, but I don't use pitch correction, so something's happened here. What does the adult do? The adult talks to the producer, and the producer says, oh yes, I have pitch corrected your voice. So now the adult can say, well, I don't want you to do that, and potentially they can stop it. Or if they can't stop it, it's because that adult has signed a recording contract that states they can do anything they want to the artist's voice. And now that, unfortunately, is at the door of the artist. If you sign a contract that you haven't understood and you haven't read fully, then that's on you. You're going to have to deal with these people's opinions, because you haven't made sure that everything is going to be to your artistic taste and putting across yourself as an artist in the most authentic way. You haven't ensured that that's going to happen, because you've signed something without even reading it or knowing what it means. And then at a later date, you now understand, oh, so they can do anything they want to my voice. So yeah, but again, these are all adult conversations that we're having. And this is why all of my analysis videos, I mean, I'd say 99.9% of them are on adults. And, even adults, at the age of 18, 19, 20, early 20s, by that time, especially if you're putting out your own videos on YouTube, you know what is happening to your videos. You know that they're being pitch corrected, that they're being tweaked. And and if you've pre-recorded in the studio a track and then you're now miming along to that pre-recorded track. So yeah, this is it. A totally different situation, and some people don't seem to be able to understand that. But again, we all have free speech and we have choice. So I'm going to always exercise my right to that, to free speech, as I have done with my analysis videos, and then choice for when things don't align with my ethical views on what people should and shouldn't be doing in response to objective data, because that's all it is. I think people have really got to, look in the mirror and ask themselves about how they are reacting to just objective data. Take on that information. If you agree with it, great. If you don't agree with it, then move on to something else. Don't start having a go at kids. Like I said in my video on Sunday, if you are someone that has something that you think is objective and will make a difference and is valuable and a point of view you want to put across, then do it through official means. Email officially and explain the constructive things that you think might help. But just going on there and calling kids names and things, that's why the video got removed. So anyway, that is that. And I will say that even with that analysis video, there are the analysis video was that, and you guys know what I do on the channel. And when I look at vocals, for example, in that particular analysis, I said that it looks like it might be pitch corrected, and it's not something that I would feel comfortable saying isn't pitch corrected. So that's literally verbatim what I said in the video, that I wouldn't feel comfortable saying that it wasn't pitch corrected, because there were things in there that I thought, didn't quite meet what I would expect from a natural voice. But it's not me saying conclusively that it's definitely pitch corrected, auto-tuned, or anything like that. I'm saying that, there's something about it, given my 10 years of looking at, vocal lines, something about it that doesn't quite ring true as a natural voice. And I am still just, with my analysis videos, even though you don't see it, I always get to the bottom of everything. So with that particular thing, the pitch correction and why vocals look a particular way, if something looks a particular way, I need to find out why that is the case. It might be the case that a particular vocal looks pitch corrected, but it might be just a voice or a voice or two voices in a billion that just are something that I've never seen before. And I've been looking at voices for 10 years consistently. So if that is the case, then I'll want to get to the bottom of finding out, well, who are these singers who can do this? Because I've never seen it, especially with a live vocal or a one-take vocal. I said about Karen Carpenter being the most accurate that I've ever seen. I'd say she just kind of edges ahead than other vocalists, like Barbra Streisand and the other ones that I've mentioned. But getting, a live vocal or a one-take vocal that looks like it's pitch corrected, the reason that would be really astounding would be because the voice doesn't naturally go there. Like A440 equal, standard pitch equal temperament tuning, that is technically inaccurate to where the voice should be, and that's why the great vocalists, the byproduct is hitting the lines. They don't hit them, all the time. So yeah, if that did happen, then I'd get to the bottom of, trying to find out whether it's actually true or not, and if it is true that it's not pitch correction, then getting to the bottom of how that has happened. And it might be the case that you've recorded the vocal over and over and over and over again in order to get it on lines, and then you cut and paste all of those takes together so it looks like it's been pitch corrected, but that is just a huge amount of editing that's gone on, which is trying to manufacture a look of pitch correction. But intentionally trying to do that and then recording a one-take vocal or a live vocal, are two totally different things. So that's why it is night and day between what looks like a pitch corrected vocal and then the natural human voice. But anyway, it's something that I would love to get to the bottom of, and I am attempting to do that. So we will see what happens with that. But as for everything else, I've made the decisions I have for just my own free will of choosing what I agree with and what I don't agree with. So anyway, we have had another donation in PayPal, so thank you for this. Leslie, who has donated £20, and Leslie has donated £20, saying, "Hello Phil, why wasn't In Too Deep included in your album? I quite liked it based on the few snatches I heard." So thank you for that. And I don't know, I think it was just maybe too much like the other songs on the album, because I had, like Haunted, which is riff based. You've got Art Not Commas, which is riff based. You've got, I guess Hero is a little bit riff based, but it's more kind of chords. But I had a lot of songs that were like that, and I thought, well, In Too Deep is another riff. And I thought, well, for whatever reason, In Too Deep just wasn't a song that I particularly thought was a strong song. So I decided to leave it off the album. And that's all it is, really. But thank you for that, Leslie. Right. Karen has donated $5. So thank you for that. Oh, and let's, get rid of Mr. Troll. Because, that was quite a long troll corner. But I'll see you guys in a second. Rock!
Bye-bye.
So, Karen has donated £5 and says, Phil, I meant sweet pies like apple, blueberry, chocolate cream, etc. Does England have them? I think chocolate is a food group. How about you, Karen? So thank you for that. Yeah, we have apple pies and blueberry pies and all those kinds of things. But generally, we have apple crumble here rather than pies. We get apple pies at McDonald's, of course, which are very good. That is always my dessert at McDonald's, if I ever have one, is an apple pie. So, yeah, very, very nice indeed. But, right, where are we at with our vote? All right now, still at 60%. So, if you want to hear that one, you can keep voting for it. I think it might be safe, because Is This Love is what? Only 40% of the vote, so quite a way behind. So, all right now, looks like it might be the cover video for tonight, my version of that particular tune, of course. And we are aiming for 415 likes tonight. We are at 363 likes. So, yeah, if you can hit that thumbs up, it would be very much appreciated. Karen says, you didn't answer my question. Do you think chocolate is a food group? Well, no. Personally, I know that it's probably a bit of a tongue-in-cheek question, but yeah, I don't really eat a lot of chocolate. I tend to have a strict rule that I have chocolate with my tea. I just have tea and chocolate, and then that's it. I mean, sometimes I might accidentally have, like, I don't know, an iced bun or something with coffee. But that's, purely an accident. But in terms of chocolate, I just have chocolate once a day. And, I know that some people are, have loads of different types of chocolate a day. And some people have multiple chocolate bars a day. But I was always brought up just to have one. And that was always always the rule is I had one chocolate bar. And, when we went to the shops, I was allowed to have one Mars bar that I was then allowed to eat after dinner. So I had to get the Mars bar and I had to just sit there and look at it. I can remember I used to open it a bit to smell the chocolate, and I had to wait till after dinner, and then I was allowed to have the Mars bar. So I guess I was just brought up with that view of chocolate being a treat that you don't have too much of. And obviously now, having been to university, studying sport and exercise science and doing nutrition, then you realize, or you understand food as energy, and then you understand which foods you should be eating, which ones you shouldn't be eating. And chocolate kind of falls into that category where if you're going to do any kind of exercise, relatively close to once you've eaten it, then you can get away with a lot. And if you're eating foods that are high in carbohydrates, like pasta and pizzas, anything that's dough. I mean, this is the thing about pizzas. Again, lots of calories, but very nice indeed, but all in moderation. But if you're having pizza and bread, white bread as well, which is particularly bad for. I mean, technically, when you're going to eat that, you're going to get an insulin spike, and it's that's why a lot of people then go for the more brown bread, which we have here. And of course, I'm pretty sure that bread is brown anyway, and then they have to colour it white. So it's already gone through a bit of a weird process to make it white in the first place. But then some people really like white bread, but obviously it's not as good for the body. So anyway, complex carbohydrates, if you eat lots of those, that's going to give you energy, a lot of energy, for a long time. If you don't use that up, that's got to be stored somewhere. So that's then converted to fat and put somewhere on your body. And wherever it's put on your body, that's where your body likes to store fat. It'll always go to one place first, and then another place second, and another place third. So when you're then trying to lose weight, and you think, why can't I lose weight from my stomach, for example? It's because that's the first place it was stored. So you're going to start burning it off in the third place and the second place, wherever it might be. And the last place it's going to go from is where it was stored in the first place. So that's the problem. But I've always said that, you know, you can overeat for years and years and years and years and years and years. But then if you spend maybe 6 months watching your diet and working out, you can reverse like 5 or 10 years worth of, you know, overeating with your diet. So it's still, I think, stacked in our favor that it is possible to reverse it more quickly. Like, you don't have to diet now for 10 years. You can actually, you know, focus and do, you know, have a drastic effect very quickly. But anyway, not sure why I've started talking about this, but it was about chocolate. But thank you for that, Karen. And Maltesers donated $9.99 again. And the message is, I loved Betty's curd tart. Try it if you haven't before. So, is that, we have lemon curd here, which might be what you're talking about, or maybe you get different fruits that have different curds. But yeah, lemon curd is quite nice. I used to have that in sandwiches, and we have kind of lemon tart as well, or like lemon cheesecake. Cheesecake is something that, yeah, is very nice indeed. So yeah, let's stop talking about cakes and chocolate and all that kind of stuff, because it just makes me hungry at this time of the night. And actually, just gone 10 to midnight here. So Irma says, what is your opinion on fasting? So yeah, with fasting, I mean, personally, because I've been through the whole process of exercising a lot and, you know, playing football and working out and doing all that kind of stuff, I know that I was eating 3,000 calories a day, maybe a bit more than that. So I was eating a lot of calories, but I was burning it off, and I was going to the gym, which means that, you know, muscles eat calories. That's what they need to survive. So if you've got any kind of muscle density on your body, your muscles are going to eat effectively what you're eating for you. So the amount of calories that are stored really reduce, and this is all to do with your metabolism. You know, the more muscular you are, the more your metabolism increases, and that's why bodybuilders have to eat thousands and thousands, like 6,000 calories a day, because their muscles are eating calories just being there. So if you want to burn calories really quickly, and it's like, just have them being burned in the background, you know, it's like on your computer, a background process that's just eating calories for you and burning up calories, then yeah, if you increase your muscle mass, then that is going to do it. So because I've been through that process, for me, I think fasting, if you go back to our bodies and when we used to be cavemen and women, fasting was something that happened naturally, because you would have food and then you'd go for a really long time of not having food. So our bodies tend to want to hold on to the calories, just naturally. That's how we've evolved. So when you hold on to the calories and then you don't have anything for a very long time, the next time you eat, your body holds on to those calories again. And then you have a long time without eating, then your body holds on to those calories again. It never wants to let those go, because it's still being told that we're about to have a long time. And the body doesn't know that we are definitely going to get food. It thinks that we're going out to hunt again. So it's holding on to calories. Whereas if you reverse that and start exercising lots, your body knows that it's going to be getting food. Like when you're exercising properly, you eat every 3 hours in order to get the amount of calories in that you need. So your body starts to get used to the fact that, oh, I don't have to hold on to these calories because we're going to get more in 3 hours. And you're conditioning your body to burn calories and not store as many calories. So yeah, personally, I mean, not that, I guess because of the way that I have been throughout my whole life, my body is in that process of always knowing it's going to get food, so I'm not storing a lot. So I've never done fasting. And yeah, I mean, for some people it will work, and for some people it won't work. But for people that can't exercise a lot, then yeah, you've got to find a way of trying to eat less calories than you burn naturally every day. And that's your basal metabolic rate is what it's called. And there's a calculation, an equation that you can do to find out how many calories you burn a day. And for most people, it's around 1,500 to 1,600. And that's why it's so stupid when they say you need 2,500 calories a day to maintain your weight. No, you don't. Well, I guess if you want to just keep on putting on weight, then you're eating 1,000 more than you need. You need 1,500 to 1,600 calories a day to maintain your weight. So if you have anything below that, if you have 100 calories below that, 200 calories below that, then your body has to find that somewhere, and it finds it from your body, and it'll always go to fat first. So yeah, if you're having 1,400 calories a day and your body needs 1,600 calories a day, guess what? You're going to keep on losing weight until you then decide to eat 1,600 calories. So there you go. It's a really simple equation without even needing to exercise it if you know what your basal metabolic rate is. Anyway, yeah, bit of nutrition chat and fasting chat. So we are going to be jumping into the cover video for tonight. It is going to be all right now. I'm just going to end the poll. Oh, we need more votes for tonight's Phil Jam. 385 we have at the moment. So if you could hit that thumbs up, it'd be massively appreciated. We're looking for exactly 30 people to hit the thumbs up within the next, 10 minutes, maybe less. So, yeah, if you could do that, that would be great. We'll bust out the guitar. And Jennifer has donated $10 and says, spike it, them likes. And as far as fasting goes, watch out for low potassium crashes. Had that happen twice. Take care. So thank you for that. And yeah, this is another thing about fasting. You know, you've got to kind of be used to it, and just don't think, oh, all of a sudden, you know, I've been eating, 2,000, 2,500 calories a day, and all of a sudden I'm going to now fast for 3 days or something stupid. You know, you've got to get your body used to doing it. So yeah, really important. But also it's important just to fuel your body with what it needs, so that even if you are fasting, to be sensible with it, to make sure that you're, having breakfast and having lunch, and then having your fasting period, however long it may be, just to be sensible with it, because this is the thing, that you don't want to be eating so little and having such a long fast that then your body starts doing things like negatively affecting blood flow and getting lightheaded and even losing consciousness, all those kinds of things. Don't get that crazy about it. Just be sensible. Just do it in moderation. Try and introduce it slowly. So if that is something that you want to do, same really with eating regularly and exercising. Just gradually build things up, and then you'll turn your body into a calorie burning machine just when you're sitting there doing nothing, which is makes keeping your weight off, if you are somebody who tends to put on weight, keeping the weight off a lot easier if you don't have to even do anything to burn calories. But anyway, Maltesers donated $19.99. Thank you for that. And the message is, Betty's Tea Shop in York and London had a curd tart made from cheese curd. That sounds a little bit weird. But yeah, I've only ever had lemon curd. So a cheese curd, I'm not sure what that entails, but I don't know whether you're thinking of a cheesecake. Maybe, I don't know, like a lemon cheesecake. I don't know whether it's the same thing, whether that's called cheese curd as well. I've never really heard curd apart from lemon curd that I used to have in sandwiches. Anyway, we're going to be jumping into tonight's cover video. So my version of All Right Now, the free classic, of course, and I'll catch you guys after this rock.
There she stood in the street, smiling from her head to her feet. I said, hey, what is this now, baby? Maybe she's in need of a kiss. I said, hey, what's your name, baby? Maybe we can see things the same. Now do you wait or hesitate? Let's move before I raise the body right. Ow! took her home to my place, watching every move on her face. And she said, look, what's your game, baby? Are you trying to put me in shit? And I said, slow, don't go so fast. Don't you think that love can last? And she said, love, Lord above. Now you're trying to trick me in love. Ow! Alright now, baby, it's alright now. 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 Alright now, baby, it's alright, it's alright.
And there we have it. That is my version of All Right Now. I hope you guys enjoyed that one, and thank you for voting for that. As tonight's cover video, we are looking for 2 people, by the way. In order to, now one person, by the way, in order to have the Phil Jam, and there we have it. We have now hit 415, and it is, what, 7 minutes and 7 seconds in length. So now, after the last live stream, when I didn't even turn the microphone on, I'm going to turn the mic on now. So that's done, and I won't be playing a solo for like 2 minutes or however long I was playing for, and people couldn't hear it, which was great. Right, probably was great. Depending on what you think of my guitar playing in these Phil Jams. So this is Phil Jam number 246, 7 minutes and 7 seconds. So let's click on, what have we done? What have we done? We've done that. We zoom out as well, do we? I know that we do, but where is Red Dude? He's already there. He's already zoomed out. So let's click on this advert, which I'm going to mute. So, the advert, it's taking up loads of space, so I can't see the track. Let me skip that. Alright, so this is Heavy Hendrix Blues Jam guitar backing track in F sharp minor, and this is from Now You Shred backing tracks on YouTube, and the U, the Y-O-U, is in capital letters, and I feel like this chair's all in the wrong place. Like I'm going to fall off it, so hopefully that won't happen. But yeah, Heavy Hendrix Blues Jam guitar backing track in F sharp minor. So yeah, I mean, Hendrix used to detune his guitar to E flat. So F sharp, we will roll with it, see what happens. Okay, right. Let me know if you can hear it, if you can hear my guitar as well. Okay, I can hear it. Oh, it changed as soon as I played that.
finance deal might have been one of the
Why
million.
did it end so quickly? Okay, so there we have it. Yeah, we ran down there, and I thought it might have a little bit more of an ending to it than it did. So that's what it was. Heavy Hendrix Blues Jam guitar backing track in F sharp minor from Now You Shred backing tracks. So thank you to Joe for sending that my way. And that was fill jam number 246. So amazingly, I was waiting for these, even though the strings on the gem are really old, these aren't actually that old, but when I was doing some bends, I was thinking, these could potentially go at any time. But they were fine. They did hold on. So anyway, yeah, thank you guys for tuning in tonight and hitting the thumbs up in order to get ourselves a fill jam for tonight. I'm going to be here with another video tomorrow night, of course, so look out for that one. I'm going to be live streaming on Saturday night again, and that's 11 PM Greenwich Mean Time, and it'd be great to see you there. If you could join me, that's where I will be. So right, I think Sue donated $19.99 in the super chat window, so thank you for that, Sue. And the message is, work has been crazy lately, sorry to have missed so many live streams, great to see everyone. So thanks for popping in, Sue. And right, we are up to date with everything, so all there's left for me to say is try to stay as safe and as sane as possible in this crazy world in which we live. Have a fantastic rest of your week, and I'll catch you guys at the next one. Rock!